Boogie is a manipulator and he's just talking about this stuff because he wants to get shekels and cash money. And, you know, that's always going to be a challenge, and I hate it. But here's the good news. I know it's not true. And if you're watching this, you made it this far in the video, you know it's not true. They don't want the help I can provide, if they don't want the wisdom, if they don't want
the wisdom.
The wisdom of Boogie, as is written in the Book of Solomon.
The knowledge of the mistakes I have made and learn how to not make those mistakes and do better than me, they don't have to have it. I'm starting the next chapter of my life, and in the next chapter of my life, I'm not going to be a YouTuber. And that's okay. It sucks.
That will never happen. He will never, ever go get a regular.
This was, I think,
this is his only thing.
He made this clip at the peak of his wealth, with everything going really well with Bitcoin.
It's so funny that you're like, yeah, no, I figured out how to do investing. You know, I would be surprised if he ever read any of the, you know, standard investing books. Like, I would be so surprised.
Because when he lost all his money, he's like, it's Jesse's fault. McJuggernuggets told me to put in money in all that shit, and I lost it all.
He kept saying, like, oh, well, I took bad advice, and I took it, but I got bad advice. I got bad advice.
Well, Keem used to give everyone crypto advice. Clown, did he ever try it with you? I got Andy Milanakis' NFTs after talking to Keemstar one day.
He may have. I just not to my memory he did that, but
he would constantly post his XRP. Like, look at my XRP, dude. Now it's worth this much. Now it's worth that much.
Stuff like that, sure, if it can be interpreted that way. But I wasn't invested in crypto at all, so.
No, I guarantee Boogie went, Keem, tell me what to get.
I'm just reminded of the. What's that, sorry?
I was going to say, taking advice from someone called McJuggernuggets is like investing in Bingus token. Like, you deserve to lose all of your fucking money, dude.
It's just there's a line in Wall Street. Quick buck artists come and go with every bull market, but the steady players make it through the bear markets. How much is it worth to talk about how amazing you are at investing when everybody is making money? It's worth a lot more if you've been doing it consistently for decades. You've managed to make money when the market was going down, but it's like, oh yeah, no, because it was that video, it was that tweet, right? It was one of the kind of big ones. It was not very good for Boogie of the, video number one. How I got rich with crypto, and then the second one, I need your help. Him sitting out his backyard, begging for money.
Oh, that story's in here. Also, Jay Longo's got to jump out. Appreciate you for hanging out this long. You know, you didn't have to watch the hyper cringe. You only got the mostly cringe, so you should be able to make it.
Yeah, I wanted to stick around for the cancer thing.
This is the Diet Mountain Dew of cringe.
Yeah.
Diet Dew.
Yeah, the mom thing really broke me, honestly.
It's gross as hell, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, you guys are great. Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Get out of here.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks for being around. See you later.
Later.
Dropping like flies. Boogie's killing them all.
It hurts a little bit, but it's okay, because that's life.
On February 1st, he reveals to all of Twitter that he has a supernatural ability called empathy. He is...
Spice. The superpower of having empathy.
Just like the protagonist of Life is Strange 3.
Oh my god.
Hyper aware of others' feelings to the point that being in large groups of people is difficult for him because of his power.
His power.
It
like
makes
Deanna
him...
Troy.
He said being around large groups of people makes it difficult as you zero in on hurt. It's like, shut up.
First off, let me say, why did they make being a human being so fucking hard? Wow. And then... if you're morbidly obese and you're doing that, I know how hard that is. In the physical pain I'm in and just the misery that I'm in, it's so hard to get this shit done. And then if you're dealing with depression and you get this stuff done, you're fucking superhuman.
He says that Ethan, like others, was only using Boogie for views in the past.
I don't know if it's the depression, I don't know if it's the anxiety, but most of the time when Ethan's making jokes, he's making jokes at somebody else's expense, and he instigates more drama than he's involved in, which is
work
saying
for Keemstar. Please, somebody enlighten me. He's saying all this about Ethan Klein. How does he work with Keemstar for a living?
Well, because Keemstar's still willing to work with him. If Ethan were, he'd be fucking paid him all kinds of compliments.
There was like a line in the sand though, because like H3 and him were okay, and then he came out and he said all this stuff, and that like
Well,
torch the bridge.
Yeah.
Some lines you put in stone. Some lines you put in sand. We'll just leave that there.
Thing because the man is constantly getting sued and constantly in other types of drama, right?
I admired Ethan, was a fan, looked up to him, told him that. Wanted his friendship so badly that I went back to do his show fucking times to try to start that friendship. And then one day, he shit talks me on his show in front of the world. I am bitter as shit. Fuck him. The worst thing I've ever done to Ethan is be fatter than him and still be more successful. He's just bitter, and then doubles down on responding to negativity and
Dude,
yet
hold
with
on.
saying he cares.
I'm hearing him say this stuff right now, and then I'm comparing that in my head to like he got exposed for faking cancer and then went back 2 more times to do another stream.
Yep.
Like his standard for just like associating with people has dropped dramatically.
There's no standards.
Yeah, no, yeah, I don't think so.
About his detractors.
It's so hard not to respond to this stuff because I'm worried about this person. I'm genuinely worried about this person.
He's
I'm
so
worried
good
about
and
their
so
own
virtuous.
mental
This
health.
is what I mean. He's only responding because he cares. That's all it is.
But also, are they the kind of person that would do some crazy shit? Probably. Do I have a humiliation fetish? And the answer is no. It is not a fetish. It
It's
is,
a
however, a
lifestyle.
way of life for me.
Oh,
My
I was
God! Wow!
joking.
All right.
Said it.
Mhm.
Promise. All right.
I don't give a shit anymore. I like, no offense to Ethan, but who gives a shit if Ethan likes you anymore?
Wait, are you implying that I hit my ex-wife?
It's not an implication, that's a direct.
Well, it's obviously not something I ever did. But if you think I'm the kind of person that would never hit a woman, can I get a round of applause?
If you think I'm the kind of person who would never hit a woman, clap. What?
Man, I'd hit the
Let's
fuck
leave it
out
up
of a
to the
bitch.
audience.
Don't you ever clap for me if I ask that question to you.
What are you? It's so weird and casual. Just like, clap for me if you think I wouldn't abuse a woman.
Can we get a 1 in the chat if you think that Mauler would never domestically abuse someone?
Can we get a BS in the chat for bitch slap?
Yes, I know this is an overshare. Yes, I know it's going to make people mad again. Yes, I know it's going to cause the news cycle to happen over again. But hey, I could use the rage clicks. I could use the views.
If looking at his history of claims, Boogie is a morbidly obese creator that suffers from social anxiety, diabetes, bipolar disorder, childhood onset PTSD, autism, depression, disassociation, food addiction, Twitter addiction, and skin cancer on top of his blood-related cancer.
Like, for all we know, he really
Fucking
is
Renaissance man.
mentally ill.
There's
And
two things: mental health and the internet.
right, exactly.
Like,
And those
that's
two
the-
things don't mix, dude. I can tell you firsthand.
Right.
If I was not a fucking titan of strength, I could not have mixed those two, right?
If I wasn't a titan of strength.
Yeah, Boogie just described himself as a titan of strength.
I would have
His
said
most
an intellectual titan, but I guess he went a different route. He's got it all. Anima sana and corpore sano, as they say.
popular video was a fairly early one in his YouTube journey. It was him falling into a pool which has over 38 million views. Once Boogie's channel started to decline, Boogie tried to recreate that video and capture some of those old views, but it didn't work.
It kind of shows
Shocker.
how the internet has evolved and changed with people's expectations for content. It used to be that a fat guy falling in a pool was really, really
That's something
funny.
else, yeah.
And now we're at the stage where it's like, that's just, why did you even record this?
I just think it's sad that he can't even copy himself. Like, he's fallen so far. Doesn't even know how to be like his old
And then he's
self.
like, what am I doing wrong?
Just don't get it.
Oh, the
my
Tesla!
God.
That's right. This was a whole
Tesla.
thing.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
That's right.
It all started when Boogie decided to get a Tesla. He said that he could easily afford it because of his sponsors. However, one day later, he claimed.
What are his sponsors on his channel? Do you know?
Well, I think I'm more fascinated because when he said I can easily afford it, what he doesn't mean, well, I could buy it outright. He means, well, no, I could get a loan that and I can afford the massive repayments. Is probably
yeah,
what
I
he
can
meant
lock
when he said
myself
that.
into this fucking horrific decision with the kind of money I make. I'm just wealthy enough to make terrible financial decisions
Well,
that a
'cause the
poor
car was
person
about
could never
100 grand,
dream
right?
of.
The car cost like $100,000 or something like that, didn't it?
I forget. I guess it depends on which model you get. But I mean, look, what's the cheapest Tesla you could have got at the time? Like 50.
I don't think it was the
grand or
cheapest though. I don't think it was probably because I think it's like
Boogie's too good for that. He would never get the cheapest.
Because obviously you got the base level price, but then when you add on more and more of the features, the bells and whistles, the get up really high.
Such a
packages,
such a Boogie event too, because none of this needed to be public in any way, shape, or form. But man, did it cost him! This was like a actual significant thing that happened. And when you have the basic facts, you're just like, why does this matter? And then you look into it and you find out
then
why.
You're like, oh, that's why it matters.
Barely Sorry, this is a bit of a tangent, but I know Nicholas is dying to ask, but he won't. Are you guys considering doing this for Tipster?
We don't. I'm not a Tipster historian. I don't.
We're not a. We don't. Yeah, we haven't done Tip Temp before like you have.
Okay, no worries. Just checking. There you go, Nicholas.
I was thinking they didn't know who he was, but you knew enough to say Tip Tent, so I'm actually intrigued now.
Here's the thing. I watch Chud Logic's stuff, and so I only know about Tipster pretty much through Chud Logic.
The best.
That's all that I know about him. Chud is my filter through which I view reality. He's my window into the lives of other people. But there's but it's like I don't know much, but I know a little bit. But I don't think we've ever talked about him. I think like most people, we've never talked or thought about him in any way. So
I mean, hey, if someone made a video like this for Tipster, I'd watch it.
I'd be down for it. I would love
the opposite for Nicholas. Nicholas is obsessed with Tipster.
Oh my goodness.
I'm a tipstorian, yes.
If you're a tipstorian, and if you have to share the tipstery with us, then who knows? Who knows what will happen? I make no promises nor claims, but who knows what will happen? I don't know. He seems like the type he seems like a Boogie adjacent character.
He's been around just as long, not nearly as successful, but like he had a
not
similar
nearly
blog.
as successful as Boogie. The final damning indictment of his life. He's like Boogie, but not as successful.
He's like Boogie without all of the subs that he gained at the peak of his popularity. So where Boogie would be now.
People noticed the huge contradiction and used it as evidence that Boogie was lying.
It was not the purchase of the vehicle itself that perturbed fans, but Boogie's Twitter rant that accompanied it. Starting with his complaints about his drop in revenue to his fear of his large purchase that he initially claimed that he could barely afford.
YouTube ad pays very little.
How did you realize that you could barely afford it after you paid for it? How does that work?
This one, he puts out like 4 different contradictory perspectives all at once, and it's so fucking baffling to track what the hell Boogie's trying to say.
Sponsors pay a lot. I can easily afford this vehicle thanks to my sponsors on the channel. However, literally one day later, he then said that he couldn't afford it. So, sitting here realizing I bought a car I can barely afford. You would think my anxiety would be going nuts. It isn't.
I still haven't got it fully financed yet. I'm having to finance it, obviously.
Did you ever see the meme with that guy that was on the screen? The Internet of the J guy?
With the red hat? No.
Yeah, he had the viral clip where it's like, this is truly more sus than a character from Among Us. He was sexually assaulting minors, or something like that.
I haven't seen that. Sounds wonderful.
That's one of the best internetisms I've ever heard.
Yeah. You know what's funny is I believe it completely. That sounds like something someone would say, for sure.
And he had like the Nintendo music on in the background that he just had. Yeah.
I love Nintendo music for rape of allegation.
Sexually assaulting minors is no victory royale.
Dude, they start talking about it and you hear like the fucking Pokemon battle music, like dun dun dun.
The penis was super effective.
$100,000 in debt. My car payment's $1,700 a month or something like that. That's more money than I make.
That's so much money. $1,700. That's nearly $500.
Dude, you'd be losing money if you didn't buy that.
Nearly $500 a week on a car?
1,700 times 12. That is just for the car payments. That's $20,400 a year.
Dude, hindsight hits like a truck here because he's like, "Well, I couldn't afford it, so I got rid of it." Right?
It's like a Cybertruck.
Yeah, but we find out in hindsight that when he gave this, like he gave the truck back or whatever and got his money back, he fucking spent it all on hookers. So instead of a car, he got nothing, and he spent the same amount of money anyway.
Make on Twitch. That's like half of my YouTube revenue this month.
Boogie then made a tweet about how expensive the car was, giving him another opportunity to make himself look like an idiot.
I tweeted out that I was not going to be able to afford this car.
Well, I originally said I could easily afford the car. Then I got home and started crunching numbers and realized it's actually going to be more of a strain than I had originally.
Just imagine making such massive financial decisions this casually.
Yeah, just tossing
Is he
out
just
random
sitting there
tweets.
in the fucking place? He was in the dealership, like, I could easily afford this car. Like, well, he's
Yes,
fucking
I
the
will buy this car, and then goes home.
Like,
and
I
is
fucking
oh, shit.
can't. Like, Jesus.
And yeah, why do you need to share all of this on the internet? Why would you do this?
Because they need to know it's
He
content.
needed more of those 100
Content.
view viral tweets.
If I spend myself into squalor, more people will pity me.
Strain than I had originally thought, and expressed that. People are calling this manipulative and mean or something. I don't know, it's weird.
However, he did
Of course
originally
it's
tell people he
manipulative.
had
You're
bought
telling
himself
people-
the car. Then he asked fans to donate money so he could afford it.
I thought you had already bought.
Yep, exactly. That's like, of course,
I mean,
it's manipulative.
It's like a micro-saga within the saga, but it's a crazy one, the Tesla. And you're just like, why would buying a car be so controversial? And you're like, and he'll say that. You'll be like, yeah, why was it? He'll be like, why? Well, because of everything you said. Like, obviously.
Yeah.
You had already bought a Tesla. To which Boogie responded, nope. Hope that goes to show you how bad this game of telephone the internet plays really is. Except Boogie literally said the words, I legit just bought a Tesla.
Yeah,
He also
exactly.
said that he bought a car. That he
He's
fucking
Yeah, but to be fair, when he says I bought a Tesla, what does that mean?
He didn't say I bought a Tesla. He didn't say that. He said I legit bought a Tesla.
Yeah, but what does it mean?
Legit bought.
It's a colloquialism, all right? And if you haven't heard that term, you need to Google it.
It's like, hi there, how you doing?
Yeah,
Oh, just bought a Tesla. How
man.
about you? Well, me too.
I'm not used to this level of scrutiny. Also, I just realized, because a lot of people are curious, why would you have done all this? Like, it just you have to track the tweets, and you go, oh my god, I bought a car I could barely afford. You'd think I'd be going nuts. I'm not. I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling inspired. Confidence feels good. And then you got, somehow, 2.6k likes on that. So, like, you know, again, farming, right? Like, yeah.
Kind of. By the way, in terms of, like, dollars spent to likes gained, this is really shit.
Mm-hmm.
barely afford.
People got it in their heads that I was somehow wanting my fans to pay for it, and that just gave me like a negative connotation. So I'll hop.
But the fans buy everything for you. That's your job. Your fans pay you.
Well, I mean, and as time went on, that became such a reality that he really did have to. I mean, well, the clip's coming up actually.
In my car, actually, this is my roommate's car. So I'm like, I'll hop. I don't even own a car right now. I forgot.
He may not have bought the car in the end, but the whole...
Oh, fuck me, white seats. Can you imagine having a car that's got white seats? God, enjoy that for a week.
Yeah, I would not want to have white seats.
No way.
No way.
It's gonna be green for Mountain Dew. Just start Diet Dew.
No.
Diet Dew.
I thought you were gonna say his Mountain Dew infused farts are gonna turn.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, that sucks. Why? There's no way. What? Fuck off with white seats. If someone tries to sell you white seats, shoot them.
whole
With
situation
love.
was pretty confusing.
With love.
And it only helped add more fuel
Just
to the
a
notion
warning
that
shot.
Boogie wasn't always
A warning
100% genuine with his audience.
Instead of saying I bought a Tesla, I should have said test drove a Tesla today and put.
And he never learned from this lesson.
Nope. Well, this is the thing. It was never anything to learn. He loves fucking lying.
Dude,
Take
wait,
the
this
chunk.
is literally the same shit,
Yes,
dude.
yes, it's
Instead
just
of
the
saying
same.
I got instead of saying I've been diagnosed with cancer, I should have said my doctor says I might have cancer, and then gave me medication to treat something they think might potentially be cancer. It's the same fucking thing, dude.
He did the same with
I
the
went to the
swine.
doctor and I bought a Tesla.
Did the same with the abuse.
Coffeezilla, you need to look up the term colloquialism, and then you will understand how one sentence actually equals a totally different sentence.
It's a tiny phrase.
Yeah, wait. And then he's like, people are coming around saying lies about me. Like I said, I bought a Tesla when I only ever test drove it. I never said that. People are saying I
It's like-
faked my cancer right now when I never. Oh my god, dude, my brain is breaking.
Yeah, when you conceal the patterns well ahead, and I don't know, man. It just at this point, it just feels like it's right that he lied about the cancer. Because what else would he do?
Day and put $2,500 down so they can build one to my specs, and I plan to finance it after the.
Yes, custom. Boogie deserves nothing less than a custom Tesla. Yes.
Oh, and to be clear, by right, I just mean in character, not.
He's only like
morally right.
1 year away from being able to afford to just buy this car outright and not really dent his finances. Now he's 2 years from never being able to afford it again, but he was 1 year away from just being able to buy this car with the crypto.
I never did.
Period if I planned to continue the purchase, but had no clue the internet would shit itself. Boogie2988 begs and manipulates his viewers for money to buy a $100,000 Tesla.
Oh, are you trying to manipulate people into giving you money?
The answer is yes. Give me some money. If you guys want to help me pay for my Tesla, please go ahead and dig deep. I sure would like a free fucking Tesla. Reach down in your pockets and give me $100,000 tonight. Curthew, I'm looking at you, motherfucker. Just kidding, Curthew.
As a result, he then asked viewers for donations so he could pay off the car.
Why wouldn't I want you to pay
there's
for my
this
Tesla?
little technique that people like this do. They hide behind that bravado. I call it like the age of the Giga Chad, right? Where you act like you're fucking Giga Chadding it, but you're such a pathetic wretch underneath it, you know?
Certainly in this case.
Please pay for my Tesla. Reach deep and give me the money.
It's incredible how openly money-oriented this guy is. This guy talks like a minister from some cheesy, scammy late-night ministry where you're supposed to send a $50 check for good luck. Imagine this guy would win the lottery. He'd be broke within 12 months, which would eventually turn out to be somewhat accurate.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Well.
I love this bit.
Hello, you just listened to a segment of the podcast Every Frame a Pause, or EFAP. Hosted by YouTubers Mauler, Rags, and Fringy and joined by a cycling variety of guests across the internet, they critically analyze media with exhaustive detail while pausing at every single frame. Subscribe to the EFAP channel and catch new episodes on Saturdays, as well as catch their smaller videos reacting to the latest and not so greatest movies and TV shows throughout the week. You can also subscribe here to EFAP highlights for the latest shorts, clips, and supercuts, also uploaded throughout the week. Links to all the relevant channels can be found in the description section below, as well as links to their communities on Reddit and Discord. Thanks for watching.